Killarney is one of Ireland's major tourist attractions. It's known for its spectacular scenery and its rich heritage. Most people associate Killarney with scenic drives, but it's also a perfect location for walkers. It is some of the most beautiful, the most historic and the most accessible walks in Ireland. The National Park alone offers some of the best routes and trails in the country. The park spans over 26,000 acres, stretching south and west of Killarney town. It is every type of landscape for walkers and hikers, from rugged mountain tracks to forest trails to lakeside walks. There are literally hundreds of trails here to suit every type of walker. I'm in the Killarney National Park. I'm going to go on a long hike, lots of different terrains. So I've got my boots, I've got my waterproofs, I've got fuel, loads of enthusiasm for whatever it throws at me, and I can't wait. My route today will take me through various terrains. Starting at Torc Waterfall, I follow the trail through the National Park to Derrycunninhy Church. From there, it's a spectacular forest trail to the famous Killarney Lakes, where I take a boat, ending at Ross Castle. This walk crosses a variety of landscapes. The first third is a woodland trail and has various points of interest, all of which are breathtaking.
Wow, it's just amazing. Wonderful sound, which it puts you in your place. So life affirming, you can breathe it in. Love it.
One of the things I like about walking is its energising qualities. It's great for well-being and fitness for both young and old. I'm meeting former Kerry footballer and Irish rugby star Louise Galvin, who's been encouraging the younger generation to walk.
Welcome to Kerry. Thank you. I always think there's something very calming about coming out for a walk in the woods like this. It's just good for the soul. Really good for anxiety, you know.
Yeah, and the thing is, we have so much on our doorstep as well, such natural beauty, that I think people started to discover this a whole lot more, whether it be with themselves, with their dogs, or actually trying to meet friends and family in that kind of outdoor space.
But this is a lovely thing too for young women to do, you know, get out there, a group of girls,
Absolutely.
Go for a walk.
And I think it's really important, because we often talk about trying to get girls to be fit and active, and not everyone is into sport, and that's absolutely fine. But to get out with your friends and go for a hike and go for a walk, and it's so accessible where we live as well, not only in Kerry where we are now obviously, but in Ireland. It's something that we definitely need to continue for the foreseeable, especially for teenage girls. Even, you know, you're away from social media and those kind of influences, and you put the phones away. It's more about getting out and just being in each other's company, and in such a beautiful area as well. It's really healthy.
And getting the benefit of nature, the endorphins.
Yeah. Just get out and discover your local area.
Put on your boots.
Exactly, put on the boots. No bad weather, just bad gear, isn't that it?
I have plenty of waterproofs in here.
Now, Cathy, that was lovely, but I'm going to head on up this way, and you're going to continue on to finish your route.
Fantastic.
Bye, Cathy.
Bye. I'm listening to the stags, and it's just incredible. It sounds like there's several of them up there. I can see them, just the odd peak of the antlers coming up over the edge, the ridge. and it's absolutely incredible. And there's birds in the background, and it's like a sunny summer's day. The feeling up here is wonderful, magical, the scent coming off the grass. It's amazing, so beautiful.
As I said earlier, this walk is full of surprises, like little gems you find strung all along the route. This one is called the Cascades, and it appears out of nowhere. One thing I love about this walk is the variety of terrains, from the woodland start through rocky outcrops to grassland plains that look almost African. Now I'm hitting a stretch that feels remote. It feels as if I could be in the wilderness, miles from anywhere, yet I'm only a few kilometres from Killarney town.
I love this type of terrain, oak tree roots of every variety reaching out.
This is the Mass Path at Derrycunninhy Wood. It's a protected area which gives the flora and fauna a chance to bloom and flourish here. This is yet another scenery change. This time it feels like an enchanted forest. One thing I've noticed about this walk is that even though the scenery changes radically, the surface underfoot has been consistently walkable. It's mostly trail pathways, which makes walking this distance much easier. Personally, I like the less complicated walks. They'll allow me to take in the scenery and the stories along the way, so this walk is perfect for me. I've covered 14 kilometres and I'm starting to feel it now. Luckily for me, the next stretch of this trail is by boat, and I get to take the weight off my legs, sit back and enjoy the scenery. I'm meeting Donal O'Donoghue, aka Ducks, who's going to guide me through the Killarney Lakes.
How are you, Donal?
Hey.
I'm Cathy.
Nice to meet you.
Lovely to meet you. But I hear everyone calls you Ducks.
That's true. Are
Right.
you ready to rock?
And we have passengers too.
Come on. Come on.
Come on, Marley.
Good. This is the Gerrymeen River, and it brings me onto the upper lake then.
Upper Lake.
Some amazing scenery out here.
Oh, it's stunning. Do you ever feel you see it all the time and it's sort of, you don't notice it?
No. It's different every day. It's different every day. It's like, it's amazing, the different colours and the weather you get and the people you meet, you know.
Your family's been doing this a long time.
I'm actually the 5th generation to do the tour.
5th generation?
Yeah, and I'm the only generation not to row the tour.
So it was always
I was rowing before me, but when they rowed, then it was 36 feet long, and they carried 22, maybe 30 passengers. So it was 14 miles up in the morning, they had their lunch, then they rowed back 14 miles in the evening. So that's what they did every day.
How many years back?
It's one of the oldest boating tours in Ireland. It's over 250 years old.
250 years old.
That's pretty cool.
Amazing.
So this is my office.
This is your office.
This is my office.
This is a beautiful office.
So we're leaving the lake here now. We're going to the second river. There's only one way in and one way out of it, and this little gap in the rocks, this is it. It's called Coleman's Eye.
You have to know where the rocks are.
Don't worry, I know where they all are. I've hit every one of them.
Please don't let me near that tiller now, or I'll hit them all for you twice.
So that's what it's like. So here, look, this is a U-shaped valley. It's all from the ice, and then in the Black Valley, that's a V-shaped one. So this is some rivers, and then this is ice, just to get a comparison of the two different valleys. So in the U, which we're sitting in here, none of the mountains actually have peaks. They're all rounded off. So it pushes down this way.
Fabulous.
And I took the tops off all the mountains. But if you go through the V then in the Black Valley, that's a river, that's all V. So that's got the highest mountain in Ireland. So we're pushing off down this way, down through the national park. So this is Fallon Island. It's a 7th century monastery on the island. There's a book written here similar to the Book of Kells. It's called The Annals of Fallon, and it's kept in the Botany Library in Oxford in England today.
Foundation of Fallon is accredited to the 7th century St. Finian the Leper, who first brought monks to pray here in the peace and seclusion of
Loch Lane.
Loch Lane.
Yeah.
The island was attacked many times by the Vikings and again by the O'Donohues in the 12th century.
So we'll have it all cut through here, and I'll show you the main altar here on the left-hand side. And this is where they mainly have the mass now and stuff once a year. They set it all up, they'll have all the chairs and stuff, and could have 100 people out here, you could have whichever. They light a couple of fires around the island, and the mass goes on once a year.
Just beautiful. And this is the lovely altar.
All Romanesque-style windows, Romanesque-style doors.
I know.
So then it continues on through.
Great sense of peace
It
in
is.
these ancient structures, isn't there?
Oh, it's amazing, and the way they're still standing too as well.
I know.
It's amazing, like. So we'll continue on through.
Beautiful
I'll show you the
part of
rest
our
of it.
heritage. Look at that.
And this is where Brian Brew, a famous King of Ireland, was educated on the island. So it's a pretty historical place, to be honest with you.
And it was a university. I mean, this was the great learning in
Yeah.
Ireland, you know.
Oh, it's amazing what
It was
went
a
on
great
here, like.
centre of learning.
Everything, yeah.
Yeah.
It's an amazing place, to be honest, I have to admit. So this is our destination here in Ross Castle. It's a 14th century castle. One of the last in Munster to fall to Oliver Cromwell and his army.
Really?
Yeah. There was a legend that said they never fought from the lakeside, so that's why all the artillery is facing the main road. So it's a pretty cool spot. But this is our destination now, so don't kiss the ground or anything when you get out.
I won't.
So you enjoyed your tour now, miss.
Don't know.
So head away out that way now, miss. It'll
You're
make
a
your life
gentleman.
easier.
A
No worries.
wise gentleman.
Have a nice day. Nice to meet you.
Take care, Pet.
I've just spent the most magical 2 days in Kerry, starting off in Ventry, going up Sleigh Head, and then moving over to Killarney. The most wonderful day hiking through the Killarney National Park, where the terrain changes every moment. 1 minute you're high in the mountains looking at incredible waterfalls. The next you're down in beautiful woods where there are ancient oak trees. Finished up out on the beautiful, mystical lakes of Killarney, ending up in an incredible 6th century monastery. It's available to all of us. Get your boots, get your rucksack, get out there, get walking.